There's more than one way to make a wish. Sure, there's the kind of thing we might do on our birthday when we blow out the candles on our birthday cake and make a wish. Or there might be something we really, really want, and we might wistfully say to ourselves or others, I wish this or I wish that. And those wishes may or may not come true depending on mostly what? Probably luck, right? But did you know that there are other ways to make a wish? Ways that I'm willing to bet you're not even consciously aware of that are actually most likely to bring your wishes to fruition. That's right. And you know what else? This is going to blow your mind. This is something you're probably doing every single day, even now, multiple times each day, without even knowing you're doing it. And chances are you're actually getting what it is you've been wishing for all this time, without even knowing it. Have I got your attention? Now, as compelling as all this might be to you, you might be wondering, okay, this is weird, but let's just say all this is true. What the heck does all this have to do with hair pulling and trichotillomania? Well, it turns out it has a lot to do with it. In fact, it may be one of the major reasons you're still pulling, especially if you've been pulling for a long period of time. Wow, mind-blowing, right? Especially if it's true, and I guarantee you it is. Let me explain. I'll be right back. So did you know that your day-to-day thinking, the things you spend your time focusing on, ruminating on, for much or most of your day, literally have everything to do with your day-to-day experience of reality? Yeah, 100% true. And Glay and I are not the first people to figure this out. Have you ever heard sayings like, we become what we think about? Or energy flows where our attention goes? If you have, then we're not the first people to realize this, and that this knowledge, this insight has already been noticed, recognized, and accepted as true by many others before us. So there's probably something to this, right? Now, how does all this apply to you? Well, just in every possible way. For example, if you're like most of our clients, especially before meeting us, chances are you spend a lot of time thinking about hair pulling, but all the things you don't like about it, right? And just so you know, I don't blame you. I'm not making you wrong for that. That's probably what 99% of people who have problems of one kind or another do, simply because it's human nature. And that very probably also explains why they still have their problem, because that's what they're focused on all the time, more problem. But on the flip side of that, how much time do you spend each day focusing on what you do want when it comes to hair pulling, instead of what you don't want? Now you might say, yeah, I focus on what I want, and what I want is to stop pulling. Yeah, I know that. But what is it you need to think about in order to know what you want to stop doing? Why? Pulling, of course. Do you see how this is a problem? See, you need to understand the brain does not process negatives. All it sees is the thing you're trying to negate. For example, if I say to you, don't think about a banana, what are you doing? Didn't you just picture a banana? If I say to you, don't think about a pink elephant, whatever you do, don't think about a pink elephant. What do you have to do in order to know what not to think about? Well, of course, you got to think about it first. That's why focusing on what you don't want anymore doesn't work. So what should you do instead? Well, you need to be intentional about practicing, and it is going to take practice because you probably spent your whole life doing it the other way. You need to practice focusing on what you do want instead of what you don't want. And as you know now, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. That means you're going to have to pay attention. So how exactly do you do this? How do you make sure you're focusing on what you want instead of what you don't want? Well, you do it by focusing on what your world will look and sound and feel like when you have what it is you want instead. So what will your world look and sound and feel like when you're genuinely 100% free of this stuff? All right, now let's put some meat on the bones here. How exactly would this work? Well, should you catch yourself in the midst of your worry pattern, or thinking about or focusing on what you don't want anymore, the first thing I want you to do is just stop everything immediately and shake yourself right out of that state. If you need to, get up, jump up and down, go to the mirror, make some silly, stupid faces. Who knows, it might make you laugh. And if it does, that's all the better. Why? Because it forced you to change what you're focused on. You stopped the negative programming in its tracks. Now that you've done that, I want you to ask yourself, what specifically do I want in this or that situation instead? How do you want things to be different? Now you need to be specific about it because our brains do not work well with generalities. It works well with specifics. Again, what will your world look and sound and feel like when you have what it is you want instead, right? Instead of what you don't want. What specifically will be there? And most importantly, and it's important to tie these up, how will you be feeling when you have what you want? Okay? Now, you want to up the ante here? Want to stack the deck in your favor? Let's take this to the next level. Imagine yourself surrounded by the conditions you wish to produce. Close your eyes and imagine yourself in the midst of whatever it is your world will look and sound and feel like when you're genuinely free of that old, outdated hair pulling habit. And feel the great feelings you know you'll have when you have that. See, it's super important to pair both the vivid, sensory-rich imagination of your goal state achieved and the incredible feelings you know you'd be feeling when you have that. And that's it. That's the secret sauce. That's how it's done. Remember that old saying, attention flows where your attention goes. Take your time practicing this. Why? Because getting this right, disciplining yourself to focus on the good stuff, directionalizes your thinking. It tells your brain what to look out for in the world that might be likely to bring you closer to what you want. And for what it's worth, this goes for just about everything in your life. This is big. This is about far more than just hair pulling and trichotillomania. Why? Because it literally affects every area of your life, and it has for your entire life. And you didn't even know about it until now. Get out of the habit of focusing on what you don't want, or worse, on what you fear. Why? Because by continuing to allow yourself to focus on that stuff, all you're doing is asking your brain to please give you more of it. Now, if you're interested in learning more about this fascinating topic, this thing we call conscious creation, and how to put it to use in your life, there are a couple of great books on the subject you might be interested in. One is called As a Man Thinketh, written by the poet and philosopher James Allen, published way back in 1903, if you can believe it. Yeah, this stuff goes way back. Another great book specifically on conscious creation is called The Power of Intention by the late, great Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. Dr. Dyer actually referred to this process as co-creating your world. When you read that book, you'll come to understand why he does that. Bottom line, if and when the time comes when you decide you're sick and tired of the way things have been in any area of your life, and you're really ready to create something better for yourself, you've got to start learning how to use this powerful tool God gave you, your brain, the right way instead of the wrong way. These two books I mentioned will be a great first step for you along this path. Read, enjoy, and let us know what you discover, okay? I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and smash that like button, and please do subscribe to our channel. We'd love to be able to notify you when we have new content and more helpful videos coming your way. And you know what? Go ahead and hit that reply button below and leave a comment. Talk to us. How did this video impact you? If you're watching this video on our Facebook community page, please leave a comment there. We'd love to meet and chat with you. In fact, if you have questions about trichotillomania or hair pulling in general and you're just not quite sure where to go for answers, please visit our website at www.trich-free.com. You'll see a contact us link at the upper right of all of our web pages. We do actually look through all the questions that come into us very carefully, just like we do to the comments and questions that show up here at our YouTube channel, and we do our best to answer as many of those questions in these very videos as possible. Again, please do be sure to like and subscribe. We're here to entertain, inform, and most importantly, to empower you to begin taking control of your hair pulling in ways you probably never thought possible before. If you'd like to reach out to us directly to get some information about how we can help you or a loved one, please feel free to visit our website at www.trich-free.com. If you'd like, you can write to us at relief@trich-free.com. And you can also call us at any time of day or night toll free at 833-TRICH-FREE. Thanks again for watching. I'm Robert Mantell with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialist. Here's wishing you an amazing trick-free week.